Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the south. More specifically, we are in Orlando, Florida. More specifically than that, we are here in front of the Ripley's Believe It or Not, or Ripley's Buy-On, if you are in the know. Now, the other day when I was at the Country Bear Jamboree final shows, a employee here at Ripley's told me that I needed to stop by because there was new things that I had not previously shown in my videos of this Ripley's. And I always love to check out the Ripley's in the areas. I've been to every Ripley's in the United States, and I like to check back in periodically to see the things they change, the new exhibits. And I was told there was some new stuff that has been come up here in the Ripley's Orlando since the last time I filmed here. So I'm always very curious to see the new additions to Ripley's. So I figured we'd stop by here while we were in Florida and check out what is happening at Ripley's Believe It or Not. So please follow me. Now, a lot of the Ripley's do have very interesting exteriors, very fun and weird exteriors. And this is themed after sinkholes. Of course, sinkholes a big problem here in Florida. And you can see one side of the building looks like it's sinking into the ground here. Kind of disorientating when you try to like look at the building. Over here you have a marker. The International Drive sinkhole says in 1992, the final days of constructions on the Ripley's Believe It or Not Orlando. Says the earth in a mighty roar of defiance opened up and tried to swallow it. Is that too much to swallow? You bet it was. I think I could be wrong. I think this is just for funsies. I don't think this is actually, I don't think a sinkhole actually half swallowed the building. I think it was kind of just designed as an homage to sinkholes. So I guess you have to choose if you want to believe it or not. Did notice over here, I think these are new. I don't remember these, so I think they're new. You have these alligators outside. There's a alligator there with a golf ball in his mouth. Of course, golfing, a very popular activity in Florida. And I see another alligator down here. Of course, alligators very emblematic of Florida. The kind of the state animal. I don't know if they're official state animal, but they should be. And so this is a surfing alligator. Of course, golfing and surfing, both popular activities in Florida. As we enter the lobby here, I think this is a new edition of Walt Disney here. Which of course very fitting for Ripley's Orlando. Walt Disney, kind of the man that built Orlando, even though we didn't get to see his creation come to light. His plans of building Disney World here kind of created the city. It says here, we all have a dream, what's yours? Yeah, I like this edition, having a Walt here at Ripley's. Two great things that go great together. Here in the Ripley's bathroom, you have a guy that
don't wash their hands.
Appears in the mirror here. Kind of unsettling.
I know. I'm wonderful. Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, I guess. Weird. So this button on the wall, most toilets flush in the key of E flat. I don't know if I want to touch that in the bathroom here. Oh, it makes a fart noise. That's great. So we enter here to the first exhibit, the Weird Florida section. We see Robert Ripley hanging out in Florida. There he is feeding dolphins in St. Augustine. Here he is at the St. Augustine Alligator Farm, which is actually a really cool alligator farm there. Yeah, Robert Ripley traveled around, got to see a lot of cool stuff. Someone I definitely relate to. This is pretty amazing. This is like a driftwood carving, but it's got the projection mapping. You see it speaking. Oh yeah, just see the projection just turned to more of a neutral projection with the waves on it. That's really super cool. See the lightning there behind. Also got a lighthouse and some birds flying there. Yeah, this is very spectacular way to enter Ripley's. I just noticed up here the other parts of the driftwood are carved like animals. There's like a seal there, a barracuda, a dolphin right there, and then there's like a what is it, like a clock with sand in it, an hourglass. Oh, there he goes again.
We need to take measures right now to stop polluting and overfishing.
Since we need to stop polluting the planet.
11th hour.
Yeah, you can see the animals here coming to life. That's amazing. Yeah, Ripley's Florida tour. Boneyard, animal oddities, myths and legends, and more. There's an ancient fossilized alligator here. Got a lot of interesting alligator things. There's the big one there is the fossilized gator, but also there's an alligator skull covered in feathers. It's a crocodile nail sculpture. One that they pound different nails in for different religious meanings behind it. There's alligator skin pierced with a pitchfork. I know certain peoples would use alligator skin as actual armor. I think Native Americans would sometimes use it in battle because it was so strong. There you see a pitchfork actually stuck in the alligator skin. Wow. There's a crucifix fish there. It says this was original piece displayed in the New York City Auditorium in 1940 and moved to the St. Augustine Auditorium in 1950. There is a Nagatori Japanese rooster. It's a long-tailed rooster. You can see how long its tail dangles from that perch. There are different decorated crocodile skulls here. See, like embellished with shells there. And down here is an alligator gar with two mouths. You can see where the mouths split there in the middle. And not gator or crocodile related, but there's a Siamese piglet there. It's a pretty adorable little piglet. There's this rabbit here. This upside down rabbit head. This is Gary Hubbard of Virginia had a pet rabbit. They could twist its head 180 degrees and eat with its head upside down. That's a fun little rabbit trick. The headless rooster there talks about the story of Mike, the headless rooster who lived for 18 months without a head. I actually visited Fruita, Colorado, where Mike the headless rooster was from. They have a statue of him on their Main Street area. There is a German Wolpertinger. It's kind of a fascinating cousin of kind of the other strange taxidermy gaffs like the jackalope or the fur-bearing trout. Wolpertinger, it kind of means basically, even though it's based on German legend, it also kind of is a word for just like when taxidermied animals are just like randomly put together. Usually when you see a Wolpertinger, it looks more like a winged jackalope. This one almost looks like it has some sort of like monkey face or some other animal besides a rabbit. I'm really not sure what face they're using there, but that is amazing. It kind of reminds me of like a flying monkey from Wizard of Oz. And beneath the headless rooster and the Wolpertinger, we have the Siamese conjoined calves. Looks like these ones are joined at the rear. You know, sadly, most Siamese calves do not survive for very long, as this would be a very hard life to live, having your rear end connected to your twin sibling. I don't know if I've noticed this before, but there's little compartments here at the bottom. These are arrow bottles. What are arrow bottles? Oh, okay, I've seen these before. It's kind of a piece of folk art where they put a wooden arrow through an actual bottle. Yeah, how do they do that? Some teeny turtles. Some small turtles in here. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is a tiny two-headed turtle, probably the size of a quarter. This is mini sewn animals here. Okay. All different animals, I guess, created from yarn. Got an armadillo purse there. And you see a purse that uses all the different parts of the armadillo. Very fashionable. Down there, peeking out of the crack in that box, we've got a two-headed goat. See the Fiji mermaid there, one of my favorite oddities. You see these at a lot of, see the screen there, and explains the story. It says, P.T. Barnum was approached by a man who offered him a preserved mermaid. Soon afterwards, New York newspaper ran a story on the mummified mermaid obtained in the Fiji Islands by Dr. Griffin. Amazing mummified mermaid. The public bought the deception completely, and Barnum displayed the Fiji mermaid in his New York museum. A little peek there at the mermaid. That one's got like a mustache and a beard and a full head of hair. Then throughout the United States for 25 cents admission, Fee nearly tripling his business and launching his circus career. So the Fiji mermaid helped Barnum start the P.T. Barnum Circus. Ringling Brothers and P.T. Barnum teamed together. Believe it or not, Fiji mermaid is actually a monkey and a fish taxidermied together. Half monkey, half fish. So assembled by a craftsman, sold them to unsuspecting collectors. You can see him putting together the fish and the monkey there.
He once called me the most remarkable man in the world.
Then Robert Ripley purchased his personal Fiji mermaid
I can do anything
in an out-of-the-way shop in Macau on the China coast. There's Ripley and his personal Fiji mermaid. And there it is. There's the creature itself.
Get it? Press my hand.
I've seen a lot of taxidermied two-headed cows in my day, but here's the actual skeleton of the two-headed cow, or two-headed calf rather. And look at that, it's very interesting to look at the very spot where the spine kind of splits in two to form the two different necks. Got this bust here created by a blind sculptor who touched Robert Ripley's face and carved it at the same time. You see a very good likeness from someone who never even saw him. Another two-headed calf there, and a fur-bearing trout. We're getting a lot right off the first bat. In this first room, we get a lot of the classic Ripley's items. And then over here, this is a Yeti footprint. This actually looks like it's pretty small for a Yeti footprint. Might have been a baby Yeti. And of course, every Ripley's has at least one shrunken head. This Ripley's here in Orlando. Of course, Orlando is, the Ripley's is based out of Orlando. So this is kind of the home, believe it or not, here in Orlando. They have 3 shrunken heads, or at least these 2 more standard shrunken heads there and there, and one of the only very rare shrunken torsos. It's very rare that you see the torso actually still connected to the shrunken head. I think this is the only one I've ever seen. Now this particular shrunken torso used to be at the Ripley's in Key West, which isn't there anymore, and what makes it even more fascinating, it was actually owned by Ernest Hemingway himself. Actually owned this shrunken torso, so a treasure from the King of Florida himself, Mr. Ernest Hemingway. If you don't care for shrunken human heads, here's some shrunken animal heads. The shrunken pig head, shrunken ferret head, shrunken capybara head, and a shrunken fox head. Chaos truly does reign. Super fun photo op here. You can be boiled in a pot while hanging out with Robert Ripley and his giant snake. And on the other side is the croc-tooth man, Bobby Blackburn. He actually had dentures made out of crocodile teeth. And it looks like he's having a little bit of barbecued alligator there.
Like they did the other shrunken head.
Sorry, continue talking about your bleed.
Yes, ma'am. I've never seen a neck on a lady like you. And I've been in the sideshow business for almost 40 years.
Yes, make this story as long as your neck.
As I was saying, by wrapping metal coils around our necks from the age of 5 and slowly adding more as we grow, Cayenne women can stretch their necks up to 15 inches.
Amazing.
You know what is actually amazing? What is actually amazing?
Here we have the cannibal corner, or it says the cannibal picnic area, rather. Some animal traps. I guess you could use those to catch a person. And here is some cannibal silverware, cannibal fork there. I guess that's the preferred way to eat man meat. And this isn't for eating man meat. This is a knife fork combo for a one-armed man. So one-armed man had a knife on the end of his fork. You gotta be really careful eating with a knife on the end of your fork. You could definitely cut your cheek open with that. And this is the cannibal area, so I'm not sure why that's there. But I guess technically you could eat man meat with a knife fork. Got some super spooky skulls in here. And from the Florida section, we head into the ancient Egyptian section here. You can watch your feet here as you walk over top the camel bladder vase. A vase made from the bladder of a camel. Here is the digging area. Got some brushes there. Let's see if we can dig up some ancient treasure. There's these bugs up there. Oh wait, did I find a mummy? Is that a mummy? What is that? Is that a mummy? Oh, I found a priceless cat statue. Oh, Mr. Ripley, I presume. Got the Robert Ripley penny smasher here. Looks like he makes, you can get either Shrunken Head, the Gurning Man, the two-headed cow, or this building here.
Hello, friends. Commemorate your visit with a pressed penny.
I think I will. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the actual building. Again, there is a pretty low chance this is actually going to make it back to the bunker, but we can always try. Give Mr. Ripley a dollar here.
I've traveled to over 201 countries, and the strangest thing I've seen is man. This includes you, my friend.
You think I'm strange? Oh, that's not nice. Alright. We're going to go with the building there.
Hello, friends. Believe it or not, you won't find pennies like these everywhere.
There's the penny. Oh, there he is grinding it up for us. And there we go. There you can see the smashed penny there showing the sinkhole building here at the Orlando Ripley's. Here's a canoptic jar. So these are when a mummy is buried, this is where they would put their intestines, all the important intestines. Of course, they throw the brain in the garbage. But it says that this baboon was used to hold lungs. What's in this ancient Egyptian chest here? Can we take a peek? I think we may have just released the mummy's curse. More items there on the floor. I always love the different interesting ways they display items, placing them here in the floor. There's some actual mummies here. Not human mummies, but some animal mummies. The mummified falcon there, and of course the mummified cat. One of the most beloved creatures in ancient Egypt. Of course, anywhere people have been, cats have been as well. Kind of one of the most symbiotic relationships between humans and cats. This is a mummified snake. It's not really snake shaped. It seems like maybe they just wadded up the snake into a ball and wrapped it. Then this, I think, is an ibis. Down here we have some Egyptian papyrus scrolls. Of course, Egyptians invented paper, and they originally called it papyrus. We ride the spaceship Earth at Epcot, where we saw the Egyptian inventing papyrus. There's a little hand down here to activate. What's this do right here? Place our hand there to activate it. Oh, there we go. Our hand activated this twirling Egyptian vase here. Now here's an actual child mummy coffin lid there. And then on the floor, there's a horrifying mummy. Actually, I think this is just a mummy for funsies. I don't think that's an actual Egyptian mummy. It says, "Do you dare grab the jewel?" don't know, should we grab the jewel? Oh, yeah, look at that big jewel there. Imagine how rich I would be if I grabbed... Oh, I knew that. Oh! And then the glass broke that we were standing on. It blew compressed air, and then the glass broke, making us think we were going to fall down there with the scary mummy. Okay, that's pretty hilarious. Look at this eye here on the wall. Oh. The pharaoh down there in the hole.
King of all gods, creator
The king of all gods? Wow.
I will vanish to the underworld, those who try and steal.
It says the American mummy, but as we look up here, it says the mummy is not here. We have these bovine cow carvings. Oh, it says back here, the American mummy apologized, but he's wrapped up in another engagement. Please enjoy these other curiosities. So I guess the mummy that's normally here, he had something more important to do. So he left us these cow bone carvings to enjoy in the meantime. Oh wow, I think this whole section here is completely new. The last time I was here, this was an exhibit on Robert Ripley, the life of Robert Ripley, and it has been replaced with a Sideshow exhibit called Sideshow Oddities. Oh, I'm excited about this. Now, this is interesting. The ethics of the Sideshow talks about there was social change in the way that Sideshow performers were viewed. And it talks about the difference between Robert Ripley's approach and P.T. Barnum's approach, one of the two largest purveyors of oddities in history. Says talks about how Barnum would embellish or fabricate backstories. So yeah, basically he would hype up things. He would lie to the audience, tell them things that weren't true in order to make the exhibits more fantastical. Said that Robert Ripley had a different approach, that he didn't hide the truth or make up stories, but he really liked to show off the unbelievable talents that people possessed despite any possible disabilities. Talks about the history of sword swallowing. This is Edna Price, a famed female sword swallower. And a case here of swallowed swords. Every sword in this case has been swallowed. Now these are fake sword swallowing tools. This is one that can actually fold into the handle. This is one that like rolls up like a snap bracelet. So these are some that you would show, that you would either fake or use as an example of how something could be faked. Now I think this is the more legit sword that's actually swallowed there. Now this is Johnny Fox's confetti sword. So apparently he would swallow this sword and then it would shoot confetti out of the handle, which is pretty amazing. And then Dan Meyer's swallow sword said he did a historic performance at Ripley's Aquarium where he swallowed a sword underwater in a tank full of sharks and stingrays. That's just absolutely amazing. Yeah, they feature some of the very well-known Sideshow performers from the day. This is Elvira and Jenny Lee Snow. Performed as pinheads, had kind of the odd-shaped head that led them to be featured in the Sideshow. So that they were actually in the movie Freaks, which if anyone has not seen the movie Freaks, I would highly recommend it. It used a lot of real Sideshow performers. And over here, the lion-faced man. Stephen Bobrowski had a disorder that caused hair to grow on his face. Here's an original postcard of the lion-faced man. Here's a model kit that you would assemble. Here's it before it's assembled, and there you go. This is Stephen Bobrowski, also known as Lionel, the lion-faced man. It's a pretty cool model there. Shows him performing, this child watching. This is Frida Pushnik. She was the armless and legless girl wonder. Big Bertha Curtis. So she was the 540-pound fat lady. And the living skeleton, Isaac Sprague. There is there's one of the circus cards. It shows him the living skeleton, a very, very, very thin man. Probably one of the most well-known sideshow performers here, the Half Man, Johnny Eck, who appeared to have no legs. They're just doing his trademark one-handed handstand, and they have some of these walking canes that were actually used in sideshow performances by Johnny Eck. That's really cool, being able to see something that he actually used. It's the bearded lady, Annie Jones, and the original Siamese twins, Chang and Eng Bunker. They're actually buried in North Carolina. I've had a chance to visit their grave. Oh wow, this Ripley has 2 Fiji mermaids. There is a Fiji mermaid display. Oh, look at that. Very interesting face on this one. You can see like the fish-like teeth that this one has. Wow. That's a very spectacular. That's a spectacular Fiji mermaid. I've not seen one quite like this. General Tom Thumb, another very famous sideshow performer. His real name Charles Stratton. And here's some of his actual items here. There is oh, these are from the wedding. Sock there, and the very small glove. And there is Tom Thumb's walking cane, 9.5 inches. So you can see this is his walking stick. Just look how tiny that is. And a truly unique man, Mr. Robert Wadlow, all 8 feet, 11 inches of him. One of the tallest man to ever live, possibly the tallest man that will ever live. And you can see he's dressed up in his Florida clothes there, the button-up shirt with palm trees and flamingos. I really love this section here. This is the warehouse section. Now, I've actually had the absolute pleasure of visiting the Ripley's warehouse. And honestly, this does kind of look like the real Ripley's warehouse, just shelves and shelves full of oddities and unusual things. And so this is a good way to just, I think, display a lot of items. You know, sometimes you have the issues with museums, you know, trying to create different displays, and sometimes you just have a lot of fun stuff that ends up sitting in the back. So this is kind of a good way of showing off that, as well as showing off just how Ripley's operates, how they organize things in their storage. And what's interesting here, each item has a number on it. So if you're interested in the item, you can take a picture or write down the number, and then go over to this kiosk here, put in the number, and it'll tell you all about the item. Although I see this item up here does not have a number. I'm absolutely fascinated. Whose faces are these? There's 4 faces here, 4 wax faces. If anyone knows whose faces these are, leave a comment in the comments section. Let's check over here in the animal oddities section. Wow, yeah, look at this. There's so many animal oddities there. You can see this sheep here has some facial deformations. There's a conjoined calf, a 2-headed calf. In fact, there's so many 2-headed calves there. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there was one earlier, so there's at least 6 2-headed Siamese calves in this one Ripley's. That is absolutely amazing. Oh look, I didn't even notice this, the two-faced sheep in there as well. So literally, it looks like Ripley's literally has too many 2-headed animals to even put them all on display at the same time. I guess this what this warehouse exhibit helps with. This is just, you know, showing off some of these great items that don't necessarily have a place for. Look at all these hairballs. These are like giant hairballs found in the stomachs of cows. Like, look how many giant hairballs there are. It's a 2-headed calf skull there. And yeah, really this shadow box with the lamb with 2 bodies. Love how they built the little shadow box for it. Variety of swords and weapons down here. I think that's like a sawfish sword there. It's a bed of nails that a performer would lie on. Some ancient masks down there. Asian sculptures. Again, still can't get over all the vast amount of two-headed calves they have here. It's like a wooden Iron Maiden there. Oh, it's like an Iron Maiden with like just a couple spikes. I guess a couple spikes is all you really need. The medical quackery section here. Yeah, look at that medical model there. It's like a person that you can just take all their organs out, take their body apart. I think it's just amazing that this section is labeled hate gods, etc. I mean, there's 6 hate gods right here. This is like when you hate someone and you pound nails into them for every grievance that you have with the person to kind of work some mysticism. I don't know, having 6 hate gods here in one place, that seems like a recipe for some sort of bad energy. There's a matchstick collection. It's an aircraft carrier built out of matchsticks. This giant riverboat here. It's an egg collection, all ready for Easter. What's this here? Bicycle parts, mechanical fish. Oh, look at that. That's moderately terrifying. They're just chomping away. Have the fuzzy gorilla here. It's called, the tag says crochet-dermy gorilla. So it is a crocheted taxidermy. It's that's an interesting term. I'd never like to see more crochet-dermy in the future. You can see the cow there. I think that's a 5-legged cow. It's got an extra bonus leg growing out of its back. Always interesting when the deformed calves often die very young. So always fascinating to see a mutant cow that's able to live to a ripe old age. And this is more than a little horrifying. Look at this stump of heads made out of beehives. You can see their eyes are like beehives and their mouths are beehives. That's got to be like someone's personal phobia, I believe. Is there a name? I wonder if there's a name for a phobia where eyes are actually wasp nests. I mean, look at this guy down here. Is like his whole head is like nest. Oh, this deer, it seems so weird to me. Now, unfortunately, someone tore the tag off his ear, so I can't look him up and see what he is. But I don't know. I'm just looking at this deer, like it's like unsettling to me. Like I don't know what. It feels like something is wrong with this deer. It just does not look like a regular deer. If anyone can tell me what is wrong with this deer, leave a comment in the comment section. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this is a not deer. Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. This is a not deer. Something about it. You can just look at it and you can tell that may look like a deer, but you know what? That's not a deer. It's a not deer. This you can weigh yourself and it'll tell you what your market price would be if you were a tuna. So let's see how much I would be worth if I was a tuna. Oh, there we go. I would be $3,965. I would be a very pricey tuna. Although I wish they did have a machine that would just tell me what I'm worth right now. Tell me how valuable I am as a human. And here we enter the crime section. The Ripley's here in Orlando has some amazing artifacts. Like this is a brick from the St. Valentine's Day massacre from the wall where Al Capone lined up all his rivals against a wall and just had them eliminated. It's an actual brick from the crime scene. It said that these dice here belong to a mobster named Ralph Aiello who ran an illegal dice game, and it says that Al Capone said that he could either stop or he could work for him, and Ralph decided he was going to ignore Al Capone which apparently is a bad idea, and he was going to keep working for himself. And then Al Capone blew up his dice game, just exploded the building that his dice game took place in. Here's some ways to cheat at cards. The card punch there. A little card punch to put a little tiny hole in a card, so you'll be able to tell with your fingers and feel the difference. There's the card trimmer there, so you can take a little clip off the card, be able to tell which one is shorter, and a card rounder, which makes the edges changes the edges, so you can again, all these are just little tiny changes that you can only tell by feeling the cards. And the death mask of John Dillinger, probably the most famous death mask of all time. Every oddities museum or true crime exhibit has to have a John Dillinger death mask. I even have one of my own in my cabinet of curiosities. Oh wait, look at this. This giant pile of unguarded money and gold bars here. Let's walk up here. Oh my gosh, the floor fell out and the police alarms are going off. We've been caught, I think. It says about the money you stole. Push button to activate. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. Oh no, a die pack. We've been busted.
Some die packs were even
you can see
loaded
the die pack
to further incapacitate
loaded into the money. So when you steal it, that fake money with the die pack in it explodes and ruins and tags all the money that you've stolen, making it useless. It's an exhibit on the escape from Alcatraz. You can see when they put these fake heads in their beds that they made out of soap and toothpaste, and put those in the bed so people would still think they were laying in there. These are the paddles they designed to paddle the boat. Some tools here, a file and a homemade wrench, and then creating a raft out of these rubber rain jackets. I see it took 50 raincoats to construct the raft here. Shows how many raincoats they would have had to have stolen. Well, here's the escape route. It says the 3 prisoners were able to fit through the vent this size. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I could fit my head in there. I'm going to show you guys how small this hole is. Yeah, they were able to get their whole bodies in there. Yeah, I can just barely fit my head. Let me see if I can get in there with the glasses. Yeah, my shoulders won't let me in. The shoulders completely block me from going in here. It's been tiny little guys that were escaping. The history of handcuffs here. These are these are different handcuffs from different parts of the world. These are 19th century English handcuffs with a really long chain there. And German police handcuffs had the hinge. And then these are American handcuffs from the 19th century that are more like the traditional handcuffs we use today. This is an interesting photo up here. This is Robert Earl Hughes, one of the largest men that ever lived, over 1,000 pounds. I guess what he would look like if he was in prison with his striped jumpsuit. And then he's actually got tattoos of like different Ripley's items here. There's the Fiji mermaid. There's a sawfish sword right there. He's got like a 4-headed goat skull there on his neck. Yeah, that is a lot of fun. A 2-headed calf there, tattooed on his arm.
With subtle tricks, became an easy strategy. Illegal game against the prison would often alter their claim. He would alter it by cutting the sign off of every card in the deck but one, making the unaltered card easy to identify. Another method is slicing a round corner into a single card.
Some prison contraband here. This is a escape rope that was buried in the dirt floor of a cell. So they had to like all cram down in a jar and then buried. There is a rope made out of prison clothes to try to help escape, and a saw they used to help saw their way out of prison. What's this mysterious box right here? Let's open it up. It was terrifying. Let's test our knowledge on prison tattoos. See if we know what these mean. If you have like, so what does it mean when you have like barbed wire across your forehead? I think that means you're a really scary, tough dude. When you across foreheads, it means a life sentence without parole. Oh. What about these little stars on your eye? Means mi vida loca or my crazy life. And what does it mean if they're on the hand? It means the time done in prison, the 4 outside dots represent the 4 walls of prison, the 5th dot inside represents the prisoner. I've actually seen these on people, and I did not know that that's what that meant. Here's how you see how you measure up to other criminals, the usual suspects. He says Bonnie and Clyde apparently really short, and Al Capone at 5'10", still not that tall. I guess I don't know. I guess the moral of the story is short people are criminals. Now we head into an area with some more medieval justice. These are brank masks, metal masks, that are forced onto someone's head as a form of punishment. Imagine if you were committed a crime and your punishment was to wear a giant metal wolf head. These are horrifying execution weapons. Yeah, these are used for chopping off heads. A Chinese head chopping sword, an African head chopping sword. This is an eye spike. I guess that just pokes your eyes out. Oh, there's the German executioner axe. Germans don't play around, do they? This is known as the flesh saw. I can't even imagine. Oh, it says that they would place people inside in 1740s in New Orleans. They would punish people by putting them inside a coffin and then saw the coffin in half using the flesh saw. That's horrible. This is the shame flute. They'd put that around your neck and then clamp your fingers into there so it made it look like you were playing a flute and everyone would laugh at you. It's a genuine English prison door. Yeah, so they would feed people through this slot and they could peek at them through that, but other than that, the prisoner had no light. Now you can be my bodyguard and I can be your long lost pal. Do 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 do. I can call you Betty, and Betty, when you call me, you can call me Allosaurus Skull. What do you guys think? Do you miss the days when we didn't know that dinosaurs were all feathery? Or do you like the feathery dinosaurs? Leave a comment in the comment section if you prefer the old school lizardy dinosaurs or the new school birdy dinosaurs. Now this is their brand new section here. See the Carrie Fisher Princess Leia made out of keyboard keys. See the trooper there. Oh, look at that! The door just slid open from Ripley's galactic station there. This is the entry bay. I guess they have a space-themed new section here, and we shall head inside and see if we get that door to open. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's head in. Oh wow, this is cool. The space launch right there. Yeah, this section's all new. Here in the center of the space room, this giant meteorite. This meteorite crashed in Nantan, China in 1958. Oh wow, this big massive thing here. Different items from astronauts. There's Neil Armstrong's passport. And over here we have a lunar Bible in a Fabergé egg. Yes, a space Bible. There's Buzz Aldrin's spacesuit. So we will take the space glove challenge. Gotta put our hand in the space glove there. Push the button to start. Mission objective: turn each control switch to light up to green before time runs out. Oh, okay. So we turn that, to green. Okay. I guess we got to use this space key here to turn this lock to green. Oh, there we go. That button, just push the button, that's easy. The thrusters. Okay, that's green. The cargo bay, I can't reach. I only got one hand. I'm gonna put it here in the other one. Oh my gosh, time is clicking. There, we made it. Mission accomplished. All systems go. See Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong up there on top, peering down from us from their spacecraft. Now this is crazy. These are the lost moon tapes. Says that these were recorded in Houston during the initial visit to the moon, and so they were thought to have been taped over at some point, which is absolutely crazy that they would tape over recording of the moon landing. Like, it's nothing sacred. I know that, you know, taping over old tape was common at that point, but you think they would set aside the moon landing tapes. Yeah, it says this is the first steps on the moon are recorded there. Oh my gosh, planting the flag is recorded there. And that is, I guess, more samples and tests. It's crazy that they have these here at Ripley's. And there is the Rocket Man himself, Mr. Elon Musk. Now, if I've learned anything from these videos, it's that talking about Elon Musk makes people very angry. So I choose to not say anything about Elon Musk or his insane Twitter tirades. But seriously, this is truly amazing here. This is Luke Skywalker's original lightsaber. This was used in the Empire Strikes Back. And oh my gosh, that is amazing. But it's crazy here because they kind of show you how the lightsaber was made. This is the original Graflex camera with flash. So they would take the flash bar, add a few things to it, and that was how they made the lightsaber on it. If you look closely, it still says Graflex on it, but of course that would have been like covered up by Luke's hand, and you wouldn't have been able to see that in the movie. I know in the actual movie, the high definition versions came out, people could actually make out where it said Rochester, New York on the bottom of the lightsaber. So I'm gonna zoom in there. I can see there's writing. I can't quite read it from where I am standing. I don't know, it says something there. I think in the movie you can actually see that it does say Rochester. Of course, Rochester, New York is where they made a lot of camera equipment, the home of Kodak. But truly amazing. I mean, where else can you go and see Luke Skywalker's actual lightsaber? Well, you could go to the Mopop in Seattle, but there's just a few places you can see this. You're gonna touch a real piece of Mars right there. Oh, it feels like rough. Like Mars feels all rough. Like a nail file. I can actually file my nail here on Mars.
Saturn V launch.
It is time to depart space and return to Earth. Oh, I'm sorry, I got in the way of your picture there. I know you're trying to take a picture of your girlfriend. Did not mean to get in the way. I apologize once again. Looks like this is a room of their human oddities here. We have Grace McDaniels, known in some circles as the world's ugliest woman, but you know what? I think she's beautiful. And there is Acro Brit, the woman who can fire a bow and arrow with her feet while doing a handstand. We have the lighthouse man here. Got a very nice jacket. The gurning man there in a very dapper suit. This is John Ferraro, also known as Hammerhead. He's known for bending nails across his forehead. Looks like he's kind of developing a swollen lump from doing it so much. Eric Sprague, the lizard man, looking very nice with his suspenders and bow tie. Also got a nice pair of headphones there. Got the long neck woman who extends her neck with the coils. This woman here has her feet bound and ancient Chinese practice used to create tiny feet. Then the man with the world's largest nose and the Cuban eye popper down here. The Mexican vampire lady, as well as the woman with the plates in her lips. I like the carpet here. Reminds me of an old bowling alley. But I guess we are exiting through the vortex tunnel here. Well, that's a bright, colorful vortex tunnel. I still think Ripley should have an exhibit on me for being the man who's gone through the most vortex tunnels in his life. It's time to exit through the gift shop. I do like their t-shirt designs. That is the band of misfits there. The two-headed animals forming a band. There's Bizarre Wars, where we see some of the Ripley's characters as Star Wars characters. And then this is the Vampire Killing Kit shirt there. These are Christmas ornaments. Got a two-headed parrot ornament there, a one-eyed dog, a two-headed snake, two-headed bunny there. This shrunken head goblet is pretty fun. I also always get a kick out of skull vegetables. So I absolutely love what they've done with the place, but we're not quite done today because this is actually new as well. They have added on a mirror maze in this building next door. I don't know what this building used to be. This used to not be part of Ripley's, but now it is Ripley's Mirror Maze here in Orlando. I just noticed here in the gift shop they actually sell these squishable Mothman. Man, Mothman is getting so popular. I remember I liked Mothman before he was mainstream. Just kidding, just kidding. All right, one of the rules of the mirror maze, you have to wear plastic gloves. It keeps you from getting that oil on the mirrors. And of course, you smear oil on the mirrors, it kind of ruins the illusion. So it's good to keep the mirrors nice and clear so everyone can enjoy the maze. So we're allowed to head in either door. So let's go in this way. Oh, check this out in here. Oh yeah, no idea where to go first. Look at the floor. The floor's all lit up. Wow, let's see. Let's go this way. One of the tips of solving a mirror maze, if you see yourself looking back at you, you're going the wrong way. So of course, one of my tips that I always use is you swing your feet out. You swing your feet out, there's no reflection, then that's not a mirror. If you swing your feet out, there is a reflection, that is a mirror. That's a mirror? That's not. Okay, so all right, I think we hit a dead end there. See, when you see four of yourself, that's a dead end. Notice as we walk through, the mirror maze lasers change colors there. Yeah, they're in a constant state of flux. All right, I think I see the party room, but I don't know if that's just a reflection of the party room or where the actual party room is. Oh, okay, we have found the party room. All right, let's party here in the party room. Oh, look at that! When you hit the bars hanging down, they actually start flashing. Oh boy! All right, find our way out here. Again, using the foot trick. Usually works pretty good. All right, we have either found the exit or we have made our way back to the entrance. I guess there's no way to find out except checking. So let's see. Get through here, and no, this is the same door we came in. We need to find a way to get around and come out that way. We're back where we started. Oh boy. Must have made a wrong turn at the party room. There's the emergency exit. Of course, I don't think we have quite reached the level of emergency yet, but we're getting closer. Let's see. There we go. Mirror, mirror, mirror. These are all mirrors. Yeah, always disheartening when you walk and you see four of yourself equally as lost as you are. Of course, a hack to solve any maze is to just put your hand on the wall and walk with your hand on the wall, and eventually Well, eventually you will get out of the maze. I think it may take a little while, but eventually it will lead you to the end. All right, there's a door. Let's see, is this just the same one again, or are we actually out? Let me see. Oh, no, we came in that way. We made it out that way. We have done it. Get rid of our gloves here. So that was pretty amazing. I visited every Ripley's in the United States. I kind of knocked them out one at a time, and I always loved the one here in Orlando, but I always felt like, you know, Ripley's is centered here in Orlando, and so this is kind of the flagship Ripley's. I always thought it was a great Ripley's, but as far as being the tip-top Ripley's, I didn't think it was at the top. I think other Ripley's were better, but they've really over the past few years, they've done a lot of remodeling, a lot of changing, and they've really brought this to another level. I would definitely place this very near the tippy top of the different Ripley's here, with just some of the new things they've added. Kind of made this its own really unique experience. Again, I feel like all the Ripley's are unique, and all of them have a lot of different things to show. I think that's one misconception, is people think that once they've seen a Ripley's, they've seen all of them. But I love seeing the different Ripley's, and love seeing the different ways that they show off artifacts, the different sections and themes they have. To me, every Ripley's is different and completely unique. So very excited to check back and see what they've done with the place here. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely think this is one of the top tier Ripley's in the entire country. But thank you guys for joining me today. If you do like these videos, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, other fun, random stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel in other ways, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop. Doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you'd like to receive a message from me to send to a loved one, a friend, or even yourself, check the description of this video. It'll give you all the information you need in there. And all those things, of course, help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.